There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jackson looking to throw right away. To the sideline and incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And this Tennessee defense for the second straight play gets him behind the line. They're not messing around. Though certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It's a gain of 6, but not enough as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Titan football. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Here's Rudolph. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Here's Rudolph dancing to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Mason Rudolph, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. To throw is Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Here's Jordan Stout now. Here's Jackson to return. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. Now Rudolph on 1st down. Buying time to his left. That'll be complete to Okonkwo. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Steps away to it, and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Mason Rudolph with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead now stands at 13. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Jackson now. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. On the return, Jackson. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's Rudolph now on 2nd down, being chased out left. Cockrell holds it in left side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Forced out to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Mason Rudolph on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans are able to stretch out their lead. Folk connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Out now is the punter, Jordan Stout. With it is Jackson. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow, and I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an Insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Extra point up and good by Folk. And the rout is on here in this first half. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
On third down, Henry. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Here's Jackson. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A final shot before the break, Rudolph. And this one is incomplete. So we've come. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Titans getting set to go here to begin the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Dancing to his left. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Again, it's Rudolph. Buying time to his left. He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head. Got his man, Okonkwo.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now Rudolph steps away to his left. And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And the 39-year-old veteran puts it right through, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. What a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at the 15. And good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rudolph looking to throw it. Being chased out left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Calvin Ridley with an acrobatic catch. And the Titans add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory. They'll try and throw for it. Forced out to his left. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard. Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Dancing to his left. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. Rudolph looking to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown. But more. Multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. Rudolph now to throw. Buying time to it, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest, but now another feather in the cap of this. Defense as they pick him off for the 2nd time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly, but they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Being chased out left. That is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now it's Rudolph. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of...
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Rudolph. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing. CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Mike 17, watch the slip, watch the slip.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Jackson to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 50 yards. Again, Jackson. Forced out to his left. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2 there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal. Now it's Jackson. And that's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone in the front. The body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Tucker's kick is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. 2nd and 10.
Rudolph going to look to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him. How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go.
Back to throw, Rudolph. Buying time to his left. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, this was a blowout support.